Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome in to another episode podcast to talk about our favorite team, the Arizona Cardinals. Huge shout out to the people that are currently in the chat. We got Gaming, we got Pete, we got JK, JH Cornelio, the uncle. What's up, man? Appreciate you guys for being here. Definitely do me a huge favor. Smack up the like button here on your way in. Subscribe to the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. We are on the road to 19K. And of course, I got my guy Justin, aka Mythic AZ. We're gonna be chopping it up all things 2026. Me and him, we're both done with 2025. Let's just scrap it up at this very moment. But we're talking about 2026 and the future of the Arizona Cardinals. So without further ado, smack the like button, subscribe, and Justin, Mythic, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Not too shabby, not too shabby. How are you doing? How's everyone in chat doing? Let me know down below as well.
Absolutely. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you guys do not know, Justin, I'm always on my channel here. I do got him pinned on my description below. Show him some love. Tell everybody where they can find you.
All right, I believe X, you can find me. I'm Mythic AZ. Instagram, it's Mythic AZ. Obviously, you see the LED sign behind Mythic AZ on YouTube. Bleacher Report, Mythic AZ, YT, and TikTok. Not as popping, but I'm Mythic AZ as well. Got to get popping again. But, this season's been a little difficult to get some content out, to say the least.
Yeah, no, definitely. We talked about it a little earlier. This is a brutal season, man. I don't think anybody would have suspected that the Cardinals are going to be 3-9, heading into two Rams games coming our way. Atlanta, which is kind of a wild card. The Texans, which have a crazy defense, and Cincinnati. Like realistically, man, how many wins do you think the Cardinals can actually come up with these next 5 games? Like, be real.
I don't see anything over 2. I think 2 is the peak we're going to get. I can see us losing out, which is kind of wild to think about. But just the way injuries are shaking up, the way that our quarterback seems to be shut down for the rest of the year, I just don't see a world where this team's trying to win. I think Trey Benson will probably be done for the year as well. I think this team is just going to kind of rest these guys because there's no point. We got eliminated. So I would say 2 wins as our ceiling and 0, completely losing out is the floor. If I had to put us at a number, I would say 1 win. I don't know what it's going to be. I'm feeling 1 win.
Yeah. And I'm assuming Atlanta.
Atlanta would probably be the game, I would think. Atlanta or Cincinnati. I think maybe not Cincinnati. I don't know. I feel like Houston's defense is too tough. And then I feel like Cincinnati's going to pour it on. So I would probably say Atlanta's like the only, maybe the Rams because division games are wild. The Rams or Atlanta. If I had to pick one.
Yeah, it's brutal, right? I mean, last thing I want to do is talk about the 2025 team. I mean, we all really know. I think me and you both. I'm assuming you already talked a lot about the coaching staff and where we feel about it. But yeah, this is a brutal season. But I want to talk about 2026. I want to kind of turn the page and however this shakes out, however Michael Bidwell or Monty Osiford or JG decide to fire people, let go people, or people are going to stay, we'll decide what happens after the season. But as of right now, I want to look forward into 2026 because we got some good things to talk about, right? We got, top draft choice. Right now we're sitting with the 8th overall pick. We could talk about drastic changes that could happen here with the Arizona Cardinals. And then obviously the QB plan. You mentioned Kyler Murray. You feel like we'll be shut down. The media asked JG yesterday about opening up the 21-day window for Kyler Murray, and he says, quote, not quite there yet. But it does feel like the elephant in the room, they're probably going to shut him down. I mean, let's be real, right? Would you activate him for what? Like, for what? To win games and kind of ruin your draft? Or I don't know. It just felt like the Cardinals made a decision that they were going to move on. Do you agree that this is weird?
I don't think it's weird. I mean, I think it makes sense from a logical standpoint because, if the idea is you're going to trade him, then you don't want him to come back,
Yeah,
tweak his injury, and Lisfranc's are tough. So if it's a legitimate Lisfranc, we don't know because it seems pretty shady the way they're handling every injury this season. But especially with the Kyler one, it's really strange because you're supposed to play against Dallas. Now we're eliminated from the playoffs, practically playing for nothing but a draft pick at this point. So why would you bring the best quarterback back on the roster that gives you the best chance to win? Shut him down. Figure out what you're doing in the offseason. If you want to trade him, trade him. If he's your future, supposedly, which I don't see in this Arizona Cardinals regime, I think someone's got to get scapegoated. It will be Kyler Murray. I'm dead set on him out, Petsing out. I'm pretty confident Benjamin Albright's also confirmed that. So that's where I kind of stand with it. But crazy that we're even in this position. Before November ended, we were mathematically eliminated from the playoffs.
Yeah, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Cardinals lose another one and another close one, right? 3 points, 4 points or less. That kind of seems to be the trend for the Arizona Cardinals, unfortunately, this year. Real quick, change the mic. It was really good earlier, but now it's kind of starting to sound a little robotic, just FYI. But
Let
let's
me
move on
see.
over real quick. I want to talk about some potential drastic changes for the Cardinals. Because I think when you're looking at the roster in general, man, like you could see a lot of turnover everywhere. Roster from top down, defense to offense, hell, special teams as well. Coaching as well. You can see a lot of different changes. If you can give me two dramatic or drastic changes you can think that you need or want to fix from 2025 to 2026, where do you have your mindset going in? Now, obviously, you can list probably seven or eight, but like, give me your top three.
Yeah. I would say a right tackle, interior line. Honestly, just the offensive line in general, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. I feel like once we saw Kyler Murray upright and he was actually having time, he looked great. And then as soon as that pocket started collapsing, our team started collapsing. Jacoby Brissett, same thing. You keep him upright, he makes plays. And then as soon as he starts getting popped, and Jacoby Brissett's not mobile enough to get out there every single time, he can't just escape. If someone's in his face, it's a lot tougher for someone who's 32, 33, 34, however old he is, to be as mobile to get around that. You're not supposed to have this much pressure in your face. And we played like one clean game with Jacoby, and Kyler hasn't had a lot of time. So it's just like, I think interior line should be the biggest focal point, but a lot of people are linking right tackles to us in the draft. But I think just the line in general has to
Yeah.
be addressed. If Jonah Williams is starting on this team, if Isaiah Adams and Evan Brown are your guards, you're not winning. Point blank, period.
Yeah, no, I think here at the end of the day, I think the Arizona Cardinals, I think Isaiah Adams probably might. I mean, he's under contract. He's still a rookie. This is his year two. I think he might still be there. Now, is it going to be his starting job in 2026? Probably not. But I think he's still going to be that guy right now. But right tackle, I definitely agree, man. I don't think Jonah Williams is coming back. I think this is his contract year. I think he's done with the Cardinals, and rightfully so. I was clamoring about Kelvin Beachum. Throw him out there. He's better. But
I
honestly,
was too.
unfortunately, Kelvin Beachum, he's getting older, man. It's not much better, but still, regardless, keep him out there over Jonah. I think Jonah's even worse than Kelvin. But at the end of the day, I agree. I think that offensive line, primarily that right side, is important to kind of turn over. Let me throw one at you real quick. Running back. Do you think the Arizona Cardinals should go this direction in terms of potentially drafting one? Now, I'm not saying first round, but I'm saying maybe potentially in the mid rounds, late rounds, because Trey Benson, I love him. I love the pick out of FSU, and I still do love him, but I just don't know if he can stay healthy. It's been 2 years already, placed on the IR, finally got his opportunity when James Conner went down. One game, I think he lasted, and he went on the IR. And now we had to run with Bam Knight, Michael Carter, and Amari DiMercado when he's healthy. What do you think about the running back position, or do you have like your eye set on somebody?
I haven't really looked into the running back class. There's a lot of college players I haven't even looked at, to be honest. There's a lot of tape I got to dive into. It's just been quarterback. But I mean, is James Conner that guy for you going forward? I don't think you're in a win now mode. I think James Conner is someone you go get like a fifth round pick for next year. As low as that sounds, maybe a fourth. But I like Trey Benson. I think Trey Benson can be good. Obviously, injuries are a
Yeah,
huge factor. I mean, there's a lot of players on this roster: Darius Robinson, Walter Nolan, who are dealing with injuries too, super young. So, I mean, I guess you just got to let that play out and see if their bodies catch up and can actually provide some durability. But I'm comfortable rocking Trey Benson because
yeah,
once he learned to actually just start running in a straight line, things were pretty good for him. And he was our most explosive back this season. James Conner is getting stopped, breaking tackles behind the line, a very unfortunate injury. But Trey Benson had the most explosive plays this season. And then everybody started dropping and going down with injuries. And he was one of those. But I would be comfortable rocking Benson
Benson.
long term. Give him the next 2 years.
I mean, if you fix that O line, man, the O line has been putrid from the beginning. Even the running attack has been so darn bad. So like, it's hard to even blame it. I don't think. To me, I'm just a little worried about his health. I think he could be a more than capable running back for the Cardinals long term. Can he stay healthy? That's my biggest concern out there. But I agree, man. If he can stay healthy, I think he could be a real good solution for the Cardinals. But fingers crossed. Actually, let me ask you this. I think you mentioned it a little earlier. Do you think he's coming back anytime this year?
Trey Benson,
Yeah.
I don't see a point, honestly, unless reps, but like even then the line terrible. You might as well just go into the offseason healthy
Yeah.
as you can. If
Yeah.
Walter Nolan gets shut down for the rest of the year, Wouldn't really be mad at it, which is
Yeah,
crazy because he's been here for like 3 games. He looks good in the three
he
games.
does.
Darius Robinson has been hit or miss too, and I mean he came out with a vulnerable comment, but like at this point, just shut everybody down that you can. Like
Yeah,
Garrett Williams doesn't seem to be playing Garrett Williams football, so if his knee is bothering him, throw his AWS on IR as well. Throw everybody on IR at this point. We got 15, 17 people, whatever it is at this point.
crazy.
We had 20 something people miss last game. Just throw everybody on IR. That's a piece. And then whoever's a trade asset or whatever, throw them on IR at this point. I mean, everybody else is going up there anyways.
James Conner, just to FYI, he is signed under contract until 2026, but the guaranteed salary actually stops. If the Arizona Cardinals decided to pre-cut June 1st of James Conner, they do save $8 million. If it's post June 1st, it's the same thing, $8 million. So if the Cardinals decide to move off of James Conner, there is an out for 2026 because there's no guaranteed salary. We could save $8 million if the Cardinals were to go that direction. But he's under contract. I don't know. I do feel like once he got hurt, it almost kind of felt like that might be the last we see from James Conner just because he's 30, probably be 31 sometime next year. And you know how it is with running backs. Although we love what he's provided to this Arizona Cardinals team, it might be time to turn over and give the opportunity from the start to Trey Benson. But one other position you want to give to me in terms of, I guess, it doesn't have to be a position. It could be coaching or whatever, or offensive coordinator or whatever. What drastic change you see going into 2026?
I would hope offensive coordinator, and I'd hope it's not the name I see linked to the
Yeah.
Cardinals either. I don't know if I can do a Kevin Stefanski offense.
Oh, I saw that too.
I don't know if I can do that. Another Browns coordinator
I
from the
think that was
Browns.
just a prediction. I don't think that was really like anything of weight.
It wasn't anything like I would assume crazy because it's still early. He hasn't even lost his job yet, which
Right.
I would assume he does. But um, it'd be such a Jonathan Gannon thing to do is bring
Yeah.
in an established guy from the same tree. I hope not. I hope we go a completely different route. Go ahead and snipe somebody off Detroit. Go get their OC. Go get I don't even know. Snag somebody. Snag somebody who's not from that tree for the love of
Yeah. Like we do got a super chat flying here. We got my guy Jack in the chat. He's saying Mythic versus Chuck was generational. I'm assuming it's
yeah.
the Twitter beef that ended up happening on X and Twitter. Let's talk about coaching staff. Oh, you already mentioned OC. Here's the weird thing about with the coaching, because I understand both sides of the coin, where people are like, you can chalk this up to injuries, you can do this, you can do that. But to me, as a defensive minded head coach with Jonathan Gannon, if the Cardinals decide to go in the direction of drafting a quarterback, I don't know if I trust Jonathan Gannon to develop. I really don't. Now, Drake May was in a situation where he also was in a situation where he didn't have that original coach. Got a new coach in Vrabel, doing very good. Caleb Williams, the same thing. They drafted him, got rid of that head coach. He's got Ben Johnson. They're doing good. Maybe the Cardinals do go that direction because I also did see, and I believe it was that Benjamin Albright, but like he's responds to everybody, so you kind of have to kind of like look everywhere. But he said that Jonathan Gannon is coming back, but it's under the understanding that you have to hit the playoffs. But I'm like, with the rookie quarterback, like that's unless it's Jacoby Brissett starting because you got him for one more year. Like I just don't. It just the timeline doesn't make sense. Like all these things that are being like said and heard.
Out.
What were you sorry? What were you saying?
Yeah, everything that's getting thrown out, I'm with you. It
It
doesn't
doesn't
make any
make
sense. Like at
sense.
that point, why wouldn't you just rock Kyler? And next year,
Yeah.
if Jonathan Gannon, like you have Kyler for 2 more years, it makes more sense to hold off on another year. You might as well rock the best quarterback if you're going to rock him once again instead of shaking everything up. Try a new offensive coordinator. If it doesn't work, then you have another year to go trade him. He has another year to boost his trade value. Like I don't. Everything is just like super conflicting. It makes no sense timeline wise. Like, hey, we have to go make the playoffs, so you're going to go ahead and trade your quarterback, and you're going to rock a rookie or a bridge. And it's like, how are you supposed to make the playoffs with the guy who's 1-7 this year? Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, and that's what I'm like. Bless the people that obviously are putting their opinions. I mean, we do the same thing, right? We put our opinions out there and it's based off of our opinion. I mean, we don't report. We just kind of obviously we love this team, unfortunately, and we put our opinions out there. But like, Everything is so conflicting. But I don't think anybody truly knows. They're just guessing. I think it's speculation. Maybe they got sources. Who knows? That's possible. But I think it's just speculation at this very moment. We're sitting in December and everything is so conflicting. I don't get that you're bringing Jonathan Gannon back, getting rid of Kyler, have him choose his guy. But like, what does that getting and choose his guy mean? Like, you're gonna get a poll from this free agent class that is not good. I'm not trying to get Aaron Rodgers, and I'm sorry, Daniel Jones. That's cool what he's doing. I'm not trying
Yeah.
to take on that project. I'm sorry. I don't trust this organization to do what the Vikings, or not the Vikings, I'm sorry, to do what the Colts are doing. I just don't trust it, especially with the defensive minded head coach. I don't know, man. I just don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. So there's that. I still do think the Cardinals should rip it off all like a band-aid and see kind of how it goes from there. But that's my opinion in the whole situation. Let me ask you this real quick. Let me move on over to top draft pick, right? Cardinals right now. If anybody doesn't know, I got the graphic right here. The Cardinals are sitting at the 8th overall pick in the 2026 NFL draft. We are in front of the Rams. Oh, that makes me throw up in my mouth because they're playoff
Top 10.
team and they got a top 10, and then Cincinnati. But you got 4 teams in front of us. New Orleans, Vegas, Cleveland, and the Jets can all very well use a quarterback. What say you and how this all shakes out? Where do you, right now in December, have your mind at in terms of that 8th overall pick? Of course, it fluctuates. We can land in the top 4, we can land in the top 5, we don't know. But where do you see your priority right now? Or does it matter, or does it depend on like where we are at the end of the day? Like, how do you feel?
I think it really depends because it just really depends. There's a lot that goes into this, like super loaded question. So I'll
Yeah.
dissect it a little bit. So the Jets are currently, I believe, what, third behind the Giants and the Titans,
The Jets
and
are 7th right now
they're seventh. They
because they
won.
won. They're the
Oh my
7th overall
lord,
pick.
that hurts a lot actually because now we're one pick behind them.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, I forgot they beat the Browns. Or who did they beat the last time they played? They're three and
So
nine.
let me tell you. So it's Tennessee at 1. Number 2 is the Giants. Number 3 is New Orleans. Number 4, it's Vegas Raiders. Number 5 is the Browns. Number 6 is Washington Commanders. And then number 7 is the Jets.
Mm. Mm. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of 3 and 9 teams here.
Yeah.
We're getting screwed by strength of schedule then because we're
Mm-hmm.
the last of the bottom, huh?
Yep.
Ooh, okay. So that changes it a lot because I was in team the Jets getting a good pick and then potentially trading up and going and get your quarterback. But at this point, New York is set, Tennessee is set, but they would probably, depending, trade back. Tennessee probably will not. It's nice to have the number 1 pick and have the best choice, unless there's a quarterback that's not 2 months and they're willing to give a haul. But those are 2 teams to monitor for sure. But you're going to have to give up the farm to get up there, and you have to be
Yeah.
so set on a prospect. And I'm not at this point. So with number 8, I would probably just sit and pick. I don't think it's worth a trade up. I don't think it's worth doing anything else. I think if a quarterback falls in your lap at 8, there's 3 guys who are top of the class: and Mendoza, Dante Moore, who has been heavily linked to the Cardinals, and Ty Simpson, who is my guy, hasn't been having the best past couple of weeks. He's kind of struggled these last 3, but they also have no run game. So I would probably take him, but I don't know if Ty Simpson's worth the 8th overall pick. I don't know if any of these quarterbacks are really worth the number 8 overall pick. But you know how it goes in the NFL with quarterbacks. It's just the quarterback position. Quarterback needy teams take a quarterback when they can. They're not going to let them drop to 20.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen. So, especially if we sit one above the Rams, which that Falcons game might play a huge factor in
Yeah.
both of the futures of both of these franchises, because the Rams have Matthew Stafford probably for one more year. If I had to guess, this would probably be it. He had a lot of injuries in the offseason, was kind of struggling to even get into the season, but now he's balling. So maybe he plays another year, but you know how those reports went with Matthew Stafford. And if
Yep.
they can get their hands on the quarterback, that's their successor. And even if he's brought back, they have a guy to sit and learn behind one of the best of all time. So it's a lot that can shake up, unfortunately. And if the Cardinals win any of these games, things can get very tough for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. I agree. When it all so yes, Matthew Stafford right now is under contract until 2027, but there's a voided out year and the guaranteed salary actually stops this year. So 2026, they still have him under contract, but there's no guaranteed salary. So we don't know exactly what Matthew Stafford's plans are. But yeah, I mean, I think you hit that right on the head. I would hate if we are living in a world where they get a quarterback over us and they're sitting right in or right. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, they're technically at 9. But if we beat the Atlanta Falcons, then we
Yeah.
go down, right? That would be
Mhm.
very, very unfortunate if that were to happen. Now, if the Cardinals were to trade Kyler, maybe the Jets, Cleveland, Vegas, New Orleans could be one of those teams. They can very well get him. So you got those 4 guys or those 4 teams that looking for quarterbacks that, let's be real, the Cardinals are probably going to be looking for a QB as well. I mean, at least I hope so. I don't want them to to go to this free agent pool and say we're good because we're not. We got a lot of problems. It's not just quarterback, but if you get rid of Kyler, we got big problems because
100%.
yeah, we can't be rolling with Jacoby Brissett only in 2026. So to you, it depends on obviously who falls and if we stay at the 8th. I respect that. I agree. I agree. I think if you're sitting at 8 and all the quarterbacks go, offensive line, right? I think
Yeah.
Fanu is a guy that a lot of Cardinal fans are looking into. And then is it Maui Oga or whatever his name is, another offensive lineman. I believe he's out of Miami. So that would be where my mind would go. I know I've heard some people out there saying, "Oh, go get a wide receiver in Jordan Tyson," which I like him, but honestly, I think I like what I've seen from Michael Wilson. I like what I've seen from Marv. Obviously, if he can stay healthy, it would be a lot better. But Trey McBride, we got all these 3 guys. We got the weapons to have a really good offense. Just we need to fix that offensive line, and I feel like that would be more of a priority if the quarterbacks are not there. If they fall, I think the Cardinals do go after one. Now, you did mention something a little earlier that I want to kind of shine some light on. You did say that we were linked over to Dante Moore. If you don't know what my guy is talking about here, we ended up seeing something here on X and Twitter, which we both saw. Shout out to my guy Donnie Durham here of SI, and I'm flashing it on the screen. We ended up seeing this guy saying Big Mick on X. He says Dante Moore season. He retweeted that and said this: the Cardinals have been in Oregon almost more than any other school this season, scout-wise. They're certainly looking at Dante Moore as an option. So for the people out there that didn't watch my latest video, there's 3 quarterbacks that are worthy of a first-round pick, at least per the consensus nationally. Dante Moore out of Oregon, Ty Simpson out of Alabama, as well as Fernando Mendoza out of Indiana. So, biggest question mark, is Dante Moore going to declare? We don't know. So it could either be 3 quarterbacks or 2. It will be beneficial it'll be at 3 for the Cardinals because we got all these needy quarterback teams, but we just don't know here at the end of the day. What are your overall thoughts? I know we kind of talked about a little bit offline. What are your overall thoughts on Dante Moore?
Not a fan, honestly. Not a fan. I will probably get hate for that. I've seen a lot of Cardinals fans kind of back him. A lot of Cardinals fans are kind of pushing for Dante Moore right now. Like, it's just the tape isn't that impressive to me. If I'm being honest with you, it's all right, but I think it'd be the best thing for Dante Moore in his career to declare
I
this
agree.
year. If he doesn't declare, I would be very shocked because this is the best chance for him to go top 10. And you don't know what's going to happen next year. He's a 3-year player, went to UCLA, did not play last year, and he just kind of catapulted in here. And a lot of teammates are very high on Dante Moore and said Dante Moore is going to thrive. I think Mac Wilson, I could have, let me go ahead and double check. I think Mac Wilson tweeted something about either Ty Simpson or Dante Moore. It was one of them.
Ty Simpson, because he's got the Crimson
Alma
Tide.
mater.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So it was like Ty Simpson. So there's a lot of smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ty, that fire, not Ty.
No, yeah, he
Like,
loves some Ty Simpson.
so I'm assuming if we get him, that'd be nice. But Dante Moore is the guy that a lot of Cardinals fans are kind of set on right now. That's a fan consensus, and the fact we're linked to Oregon as heavy as we are, and we're the team that has been linked to Oregon the most. Look at where we're picking. Dante Moore is not going. You never know. New Orleans is kind of done. The Jets. I don't know what the Jets' direction is though. If I'm them, I don't want Kyler. Just out of the fact he's 28 years old and we just traded 2 of our best players. It's not win now. I don't know what their direction is. The Raiders could honestly use Kyler. I think the Vikings could use Kyler, and I
Mm-hmm.
what is the other team? Why am I blanking?
Well, there's Cleveland, New Orleans, Steelers,
No,
Steelers,
Minnesota, the Jets, and
Pittsburgh. No.
The Raiders. I don't know.
Oh, Raiders.
I excluded the Jets, but like the Jets are a team that were linked to him like 2 years ago. So
Yeah.
like I guess it's in the Jets' ways to go do something like that. I don't get it personally, but it seems like they're kind of linked. So I don't know. It's a lot that can shake out, and I don't
Yeah.
really like this quarterback class. To be honest with you, Ty Simpson's about it. I don't
Yeah.
want Mendoza. I don't want Dante Moore, and we're sitting here where it's like Kyler's consensusly out is what it is reporting to be like, and I hate being in that spot because now it's like teams know you're ready to ship him off, and you have to, and unless there's a bidding war, he might not go for anything. If there's one team in this thing and they're like, listen, we're not going to trade you anything but a fifth.
Yeah.
Where's your leverage? You already know he's gone at this point. I mean, the Cardinals can threaten to hold on to him, but like,
Yeah. I
I
hate that
don't
there was that report about the whole like releasing them because hey, there's no market and but like the weird thing is that like the way I like to think of it, and of course that's just my opinion, like the quarterback free agency pool is so bad. It's not great. So like let's say for example a team like the Jets, like Vegas, like Cleveland, like New Orleans feels some sort of way to or reason to I need to win now, right? I got a head coach that is in the hot seat. Pete Carroll, maybe Aaron Glenn, if he gets the opportunity to come back, they want to win now. They don't want to develop, especially with the New York market. They want to win now. So maybe going after a guy like Kyler Murray would make sense, or hell, maybe even Pittsburgh because Aaron Rodgers ain't the guy, man. He's probably gonna retire. He's just a shell of himself at this very moment. So maybe they'd go after a direction like that. So I think there's a market, regardless of what the national media says, because the free agent pool is really bad. And then you got like you said, there's not a lot of people high on this draft class for quarterbacks, and there could potentially be just two first rounders. So I think there's gonna be a lot of desperation going on. I hope the Cardinals can play this right. Hopefully Monty Ossenfort can play it right. Fingers crossed. Let me give some love over here. John saying this. Yo, Mike, where are the Christmas tree decorations in the office? Also, W Christmas decorations for Mythic. He's giving you some credit. Got John in the chat saying great job on the I should get some Christmas stuff here. That's what I should do. Yeah.
hey, you got to go get some garland. You got to go get something, dog. You got to go get some Christmas lights.
Or a damn hat or
Or a
something.
little, yeah, had a tree. Like, come on, dog. Hold on. Hold on. Blacking, Mike. Come on. You got to get the tree.
There you go, man. Put it on, man. Put it on. I know you're probably going getting a hat. Is what you're getting.
That's what I am. I'm going to find this.
Yeah, I know. I should. It is pretty bare right now. I think that's what I should do. I should go after this stream. I'll probably convince my wife to maybe go to like Hobby Lobby or like Walmart or something to get like something small,
You
some
did.
garland. Yeah, I'll probably do something like that. There it is. Oh, there it is.
There we go. Got the headset too.
Yeah,
You got to
putting
rock
me to
this.
shame. Love to see it. Love to see it. Yeah, no, this whole topic, man, it's been something. Yeah, it's so fascinating, but like it sucks that we have to wait 5 more weeks for the brutal, just this end of the season. I needed to come here. I wanted to simulate. I want to get there already. I'm tired of waiting for these 5 weeks. We mentioned before. I don't think either of us think that we're gonna get a win. Maybe with the exception of
I
Atlanta.
hope not.
But other than that, that's kind of where we're at. So top pick priority. You're saying it depends on what happens on 8. I agree. It depends on what happens at 8, what happens in the first 7. But let's be real. There's some games that we got to keep an eye on. I'm not sure if look all across the NFL. I think you do because I think you have a segment on your channel where you do pick'ems, right? There is a specific game that you should keep an eye on. Cleveland and Tennessee. If Cleveland wins over Tennessee, we're in front of them. Commanders, they might get Jaden Daniels back. Maybe not this week, but sometime later on. Maybe he can start winning. So we can start kind of getting into that spot. Aaron Glenn wants to win. The Jets want to win. They're not tanking. He wants to keep his job. Maybe the Cardinals can somewhere find themselves in the top 5. Vegas, I think they're staying there. I think New Orleans is probably staying there. Maybe they get a win, but I just don't see Vegas looks so bad, man. Vegas looks terrible. Geno ain't the answer. He looks god awful. But maybe the Cardinals. If you were to give me a prediction, real quick, one prediction, where do you think we land? I know. I'm doing it to you.
I'm hoping 6.
6?
6 would be great.
That's attainable.
I just don't see a world. I don't think 1 through 4 is moving.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Jets are stupid. The Jets are terrible. They get wins when they don't need them. This has happened before. I could see them kind of getting something going because they're winning games. It just depends. Strength of schedule, it's tough to see us winning anything. So
Yeah.
hopefully we can catapult to 6. I think Cleveland loses. I think Tennessee wins against
You
Cleveland.
think?
I think so. I mean, Cam Ward has more experience than Shador Sanders at this point.
But that
And
defense in Cleveland is
I
so
just
good.
don't. Yeah, I think. Actually, I don't know. Cleveland's defense. See, that's the thing. It's Cleveland's defense. It's not going to be Shador Sanders winning them the game. It's going to be the defense. And if Cleveland can hold them to under like 17, then things will probably get very ugly pretty quick.
So you want to be 6. Okay.
I would love to be 6. I'd love to be higher. Let me put
Yeah,
this out there.
obviously, yeah. Let me pitch this to you. Let me pitch this to you. So let's say, so I think 5 or 6 is where we're probably going to be at. I think Cleveland gets it done against Tennessee, which helps us out. I think Jaden Daniels is going to win some games, is going to help us out. I think we're going to find ourselves probably somewhere in 5 or 6. But somebody told me, and I forgot what the subscriber was. It was during my live stream a couple weeks ago. He says Monty has ties to Tennessee. Do you think there's a world, because Tennessee doesn't need to get a quarterback? They want to build. They want draft capital. They don't. They got Cam Ward. Do you think there's a world where the Cardinals do trade up? It's going to be expensive. I know it ain't going to be cheap. But do you see if the Cardinals land at 5 somewhere that we can get that Fernando Mendoza at number 1? Or do you would not do that? You want Ty Simpson?
I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know if the Cardinals want Mendoza.
Fair.
I don't think that's the route they would go. I think they're kind of comfortable with where they're at. If I had to guess, they're just. I don't know. It just depends where we fall. But I feel like the Cardinals are a team that would just wait and see.
Just
And
wait.
Monty hasn't really been aggressive so far.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, if you don't fully believe in Kyler, then there's no reason to go 100% this year and go get that wide receiver too, potentially invest in the line, draft capital. You keep it if you don't believe in Kyler Murray. And clearly, everything will come out at some point. But
Yeah.
I just don't see them making a move, honestly. I think Dante Moore is their guy, which would be a little unfortunate, but it is what it is.
I think we can if he is their guy. I think we can convince ourselves that I think it would be. I think we will. Like once if we draft him, I think a lot of us will be like, oh yeah, he's gonna. You know how it is, man. You know how the fan base is. We're gonna have multiple people change their Kyler Murray burners to Moore burners. It's just the way that it is. It's just the way the fan base is, and just not just this fan base, every fan base. We'll find a way to get behind it and see what it is. But I do believe quarterback is the direction. Let me ask you this real quick. I know you don't follow college very much. Lenore Sellers, that's another QB that's pretty interesting out of South Carolina. A lot of people were saying that he could potentially be a first
Uh,
rounder. I don't know if he's going to declare. That's number 1. And then 2, if he does come out, maybe 4 quarterbacks in the first round. But I see him more of a Lamar Jackson, somewhere in the 20s. First round still, but maybe he can make people kind of pay for kind of sleeping on him. Do you think Lenore Sellers can come out?
I'd have to really look into him.
Yeah.
I don't really know the name. I just
Yeah.
know he has been great.
Yeah.
Um, Probably not.
There's a lot of
Just
people.
looking at stats, probably
Yeah.
not. His stats look terrible.
Yeah. Last year there was a lot more hype. This is the same thing with the Drew Aller thing, man. The Drew Aller out of Penn State, he did not play good before his injury at all. He betted on himself to come back, and now people were talking about a third, fourth, fifth round pick for Drew Aller when he was a first rounder this last year. So it's crazy, man. It really is. It's gonna depend on where these kids, if they want to come out, if they want to develop a little bit more, it's gonna all come out here at the end of the day. Let's switch topics real quick. I have one more thing. Actually, let me do this real quick. Let me give some love on over to the sponsors. I forgot to do this in the beginning. So let me give some love on over to the sponsors of the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube, the guys that are keeping the lights on. That's going to be none other than Sleeper. The NFL season is here, which means you now have a chance to 100 times your cash on daily fantasy football. Pick on stats for stars like touchdowns, passing yards, receiving yards, and fantasy points, and more for up to 100 times a payout on Sleeper. Get your picks right, and you can win big. Use promo code AZSF, and you can get up to a $100 deposit match on your first initial deposit. Terms and conditions do apply. Everything will be in the description below of the video. And on top of that, they will be giving you $20 for free. And no deposit needed. Just give you $20 to use their app. Make sure you check out Sleeper, proud sponsors of the AZ Sports Fan throughout the entirety of the 2025 season. Check out Sleeper. Everything will be in the description below of the video. All right, let's move on over to this next topic. We both kind of feel like Kyler is gone. The quarterback plan. Give me what you think the Cardinals are going to do. Now, what you need them, what you want them, what do you think is going to happen for the Cardinals in 2026?
Depending on draft picks, I think we agree Kyler's gone. I would say depending on draft picks, go a rookie quarterback in the first or second round, and then probably rock Jacoby just for some veteran leadership, just a guy who knows the playbook this year, has run it at a pretty solid level. Probably Jacoby and a rookie in the first or second, depending on where we land, would make the most sense to me. I would assume that would be the route they go as well in terms of realism. I don't see a world where things change.
Say that one more time. You were cutting off a little bit. I think the mic was doing the mic thing again.
Of course it was. Hold on, let me fix it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Is that better?
Better. Yep.
Okay. So I would assume Brissett would be the quarterback going into next year, and they would just quarterback in the first or second round. I don't really see a world where they do anything else.
Yeah.
Free agency, I don't see a world. They're definitely not going to go get somebody like a Mac Jones in the trade. They're not going to trade with a division rival. It's going to cost
Right.
way too much. So that's just not going to happen. So I would assume Brissett would be the guy, and then first or second round quarterback, depending on draft position.
Yeah, no, I agree. One thing that I knew, but behind my mind, I completely forgot it happened. But Jacoby Brissett was the quarterback or backup quarterback and started before Drake May did. So the Drake May, Jacoby Brissett, you know how we like to link things together. That at some point has to give us some sort of, I guess, a little light that maybe a little bit of a development went into Drake May, at least maybe a little bit, maybe 5%, 10%, I don't know. But it helped him out become the guy he was, right? Because Drake May in his rookie year, he looked good, but he is MVP level Drake May in year 2 compared to his rookie. It's like night and day. So Jacoby Brissett was the QB and became backup quarterback to Drake May. Cardinals, if they bring in a quarterback, I feel like it would be very, very beneficial to have a guy like Jacoby start, learn under him how to become a pro in the NFL, learn film, watch film, see what you're seeing, that type of thing. I feel like it would just benefit a rookie quarterback from coming in. Now, I think he will start as well. I think Jacoby Brissett will start, and then eventually he'll take the helm, which probably is going to be that rookie quarterback. Because if you look at the free agent available quarterbacks, brother, yikes. Daniel Jones, which I'm assuming he's going to get top tier money. The Cardinals are not going to pay him top tier money. Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Marcus Mariota, Tyrod Taylor, Joe Flacco, Jimmy Garoppolo, Mitch Trubisky. I don't think I should say even more because it just gets worse. It's not a good class. So I think the Cardinals should go that direction in drafting one and just, you already got a backup quarterback in Jacoby and a pretty solid one in terms of like keeping you in games, not winning games, but keeping you in games with the exception of those NFC West games. We get brutalized, and I'm only assuming this weekend we're going to get murdered versus the
Oh
Rams,
yeah.
who just lost to the Panthers and are looking to get some sort of vengeance because Matthew
You hear
Stafford
what
can do a
McVay
lot.
said?
What's that?
You hear what McVay said too in the
No, what
post
is
game
it?
presser? They were like, "Do you guys think he took the Panthers lightly?" And he went off on a tangent. Like, no, I don't think we took him lightly at all. Like, we're gonna get BTA for sure.
Wow. No, I didn't hear that. No, yeah, we got another thing coming here for the Rams. I don't think there's any hope. I don't think any Cardinal fans are picking
Mm-mm.
Cardinals over Rams. I think they've learned their lesson. Run the damn ball, McVay. I got Kyron Williams, my fantasy, multiple leagues. Run the damn ball and stop putting Blake Corum in there. I just had to add that. But yeah, man, I think that's going to be the quarterback plan for me. Start Jacoby, get a guy, develop them, and kind of see where we go from there. But things can change, man. Like within these 5 weeks, we're talking about us in the 8th overall pick. Things can change so fast. We can be at the 5, we can be at the 6, we can, and that just changes so quickly. I just kind of want to know the answers. I'm kind of getting impatient. I just want
Right.
the season to end. Like I kind of hate the season.
Oh yeah. Definitely hate the season. This is a year that was 9 to 10 wins minimum, and we might not even get 5.
Yeah,
Like what? I
Vegas.
don't. I wouldn't not have shake the injuries to be the way they are.
Yeah,
But wow, 5 wins potentially.
Vegas had us at what 8.5 or 7.5. They gave us a lot of grace,
8.5.
and we just can't win close games. As John
I
Buchanan.
I had a parlay before the season that the Seahawks, the Rams, the 49ers, and the Cardinals would all go over in wins. And every team will have hit going into next week. I think they already did, actually. If I'm not mistaken. Besides the Rams, I think I took them at 11, and they're at like 9 right now. They're probably going to get to 11. But the Cardinals, I had them at 7.5 or whatever it is.
Your favorite team, FT man.
On a lot of money. So Seattle already cashed. San Fran cashed. The Cardinals already can't cash. It was 8.5, and the Rams was at 9.5. This parlay was plus 1,200. I threw $40, 45,
How much?
$45 on a
Oof.
12 plus 1,200. The Cardinals are going to be the only team
Oh.
that's not even come close.
Yikes, brother. Yikes. Well, let me give a quick shout out here to Sarah. Sarah saying, Mythic and Mike, Arizona needs a Alabama tackle. One of them that people are talking about is Caden Proctor, which is an offensive lineman from Alabama. I feel like that would be cool. Maybe the Cardinals, go in the second round, and Ty Simpson maybe falls to him. I feel like wherever the Cardinals go, somebody that they know. Like, I don't know. I feel like if the Cardinals go Ty Simpson, bring in someone that they know, offensive lineman, get that familiarity. Don't have them be that sore, that sore thumb in this locker room with grown men. Like, bring in somebody that they know, get the experience, and even if it's Dante, maybe bring in a late round wide receiver, kind of somebody that he knows. Fernando Mendoza looks like a guy that has a good head on his shoulders, but he seems to be so far away from the Cardinals' reach as of right now. I'm not even going to talk about him because he would be my number one guy, but I just don't think we're gonna get there. So let me ask you this real quick. We talked a little bit about it earlier, and I know you said it depends, but I have people in the chat, all the people in the comments. Do you think 100% it has to be offensive line? That the Cardinals need to go offensive line. It doesn't matter if Ty Simpson falls to you at 8. Like, do you see that in your comments as well, that it has to be offensive line, or no quarterback's going to flourish unless you fix that offensive line, which is true. But what is your thoughts on that whole topic? Because every video I put, at least there's like 2 or 3 comments about that thing, especially when I'm talking about quarterbacks.
I mean, you win through the trenches, you lose through the trenches. So if it happens to be that, I don't think I'll be super mad, but it has to be a for sure prospect. No matter who we pick, it just has to be a position of need that flourishes under this system. Like last year, I wanted to Mecca Buka because I was so sure he was going to flourish, and
You
we
look
see what
good.
he's doing. So it's just like I don't know. Like when you have a for sure guy in your eyes, just take him. Don't hesitate unless you're just at a loaded position. Offensive line would be great. Quarterback would be great, and it just depends where everything falls, obviously. But my comments have been offensive line, especially right tackle Fanu or whatever his name is, Spencer Fano. Everyone has been him or Dante Moore. I have not seen much of anybody else. Ty Simpson is like a sneaky third, but that's about all I've seen. I'm not set on anything, as you never should be, because you don't know how it's going to shake out.
I like that. I like that. The other top offensive lineman out there is out of Miami. I got his name, Francis Mauinoga, out of Miami. So it's either Spencer Fanu or Francis Mauinoga as the guys that I see a lot getting drafted to the Cardinals. And you're right. I think that third quarterback is kind of where I see these mock drafts kind of going to us, because either the Saints skip on one, Vegas goes one, Cleveland skips on one, the Jets take one, and we kind of are left with a third, and usually that's Dante Moore. So yeah, we'll see how it all shakes out. I mean, I hope he does. I think you're right. I think it's for the best and benefit for him to declare, because next year you have potentially Julian Sayin coming out of the freaking Ohio State. That kid looks good. So good. So he that and just the name of Arch Manning, man. Like, let's be real. Like, he's not looked good, but just the name, he might be a first round. And then if Lenore Sellers goes, and there's other quarterbacks that could potentially go as well, that can hurt Dante Moore. But right now, you are consensus number 3 or potentially number 1, because there's some people that are saying, "Oh, the Jets can trade up for Dante Moore. You never know." Like, why not? Why not declare? I feel like he should, but it's at the end of the day his decision. What do you think of ASU? Sam Levitt. Obviously not in the first round, if he declares. Do you
I
watch
wouldn't
ASU?
assume he declares.
Okay.
I would hope not, for his sake. I don't believe in Sam Levitt personally. Again, I'm not that big. Um, Jordan Tyson intrigues me,
Mm-hmm.
but definitely not Sam Levitt. I can't get behind Sam Levitt, to be honest with you. The tape doesn't really impress me. Jordan Tyson's interesting. I don't think he's a first round caliber player, though. I don't know how crazy that sounds, but I have like a second round grade on Jordan Tyson. I think
On
he makes
Jordan
him
Tyson?
explosive. Yeah, I think like a high second round pick. I think he's high explosive player. He does things that you love, but I wouldn't take him obviously in the first round, especially not as high as we are.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna be a first rounder. There ain't no way he's gonna fall. I don't think Sam. There's rumors out there that Sam Levitt might move off of ASU. Um, and if he does, let's see where he goes. I mean, I don't know. But definitely, if Sam Levitt did declare, I don't think he's a first rounder. At one point, I feel like he was, but now I think just injuries and all that stuff. I think he kind of maybe fell more to the second or maybe like a day 2 pick more than anything. So yeah, for Sam Levitt, I think is what it is. But Jordan Tyson's going to go be first round. He's going to be a first round pick.
You think
But
so?
yeah, oh yeah, oh 100%. What worries me about Jordan Tyson is that his injuries. That's what worries me more than anything. His injuries. Can he stay healthy? But I think he's probably going to be the first wide receiver, not to the Cardinals, but first wide receiver drafted in this draft. Him or Cardinal Tate out of Ohio State. Those are
I
the
mean,
1, 2, and then Mekhi Lemon.
because we saw N'Keal Harry look really good in college.
Touche. Touche.
He barely snuck in the first round at like 32 to New England. I don't remember if they traded up or they took it because they won the Super Bowl, but they had 32. We
Yeah.
saw N'Keal Harry go there, and I remember every Cardinals fan was raving about that kid. And
Yeah.
obviously, this is way before I covered the Cardinals and was really like in depth watching any tape or doing any evaluations on players. But I think Jordan Tyson is like in that 33 to 40 range for me.
Is there any
So
wide receivers you think that would be over him? Like Cardinal Tate and maybe or Lemon?
I would have to watch tape. I have
Okay.
not been super captain. Tate is the guy from Ohio State, right?
You are right. Yep, 100%.
He looks pretty solid this year. I don't
Yeah.
know though. I'd have to really look.
Jeremiah Smith is not coming out, but that's the other
No,
wide receiver from Ohio
he's
State.
like
He's not coming out.
18
He
or 19.
looks so good, man.
Yeah, he looks
So
solid.
good.
I like his game.
Yeah, me
There's
too.
a
But yeah,
guy
he's
that
not
looks
coming
like
out.
Julio. I don't remember who it was. Some dude looked like Julio in college. I was watching his college tape, and someone's like, "I don't want to say who this looks like," and I'm just watching his tape. I'm like, I'd have to find who that is exactly. It's not Jeremiah Smith, but it was somebody else. His tape looks impressive. Jeremiah Smith, obviously, I think he has like 1,000 yards right now and like 12
Oh,
touchdowns. Let me look
yeah.
it up.
Yeah, he looks good. I mean, we'll have to kind of wait and see how that all shakes out. Like I said, I mean, we'll see. Oh, here we go. Here's some Cardinals news. Did you hear Xavier Thomas got released by the Cardinals? But the Texans seems like they are signing him to their practice squad. Xavier Thomas, former Clemson, former Arizona Cardinal, which never really got a chance. Let's be real here. I had a little flashes here and there, and everybody kind of compared him. I think it was the look of Darnell Dockett. He kind of looked like Darnell Dockett, but now he's finding himself in the practice squad of the Texans.
That's not a bad pickup. The Texans also might go get Tyrann Mathieu. If you heard anything about that
I didn't.
podcast, he was like, "Yeah, I'd come out and play for them." So that's interesting.
Interesting. Cardinals made moves today. I don't want to read them because it's not really anything worth reading.
Running back, who's practice squad.
Yeah, so it is what it is at this point. Okay, so we talked about top 10 potentials, talk about kind of a quarterback plan. Also talked a little bit about Dante Moore, some major changes. Let's end off with this. What do you think? So Cardinals right now 3-9. Do you think the Cardinals can? Actually, I don't know what I'm asking. Do you have anything? I was trying to come up with something. You got anything?
I want to know what people in the chat are feeling at this point. Like, where do you guys want to go? Because consensusly, I feel like everybody's all over the place. I just want to know: are we feeling quarterback? Are we feeling offensive line? Are we feeling Fanu? Are we feeling Ty Simpson, Dante Moore? Do you want to trade up and potentially go get like Mendoza? Do you want the Cardinals to just completely lose out and hypothetically be in position for Mendoza? Who would you take in the first round? Because everything can fluctuate.
Yeah.
I kind of want to know if we're going to pick a quarterback. I see the poll. That is a perfect poll. Like, where would you guys go? Because it's all over the place. It's
That's
all over the place.
I love that. Yeah. I had the poll question, but yes, let us know in the chat so we can highlight some of you guys here. Let us know where you think. Great question there, Mythic. I did have a poll. I said, would you pick up a QB this year? Now, that doesn't mean draft. It just says pick up a QB. 76% says yes. 24% says no. That's 113 votes. So most people says yes, you will pick up a QB. Like I said, that's very, very vague. I probably should have said drafted, but it is what it is. Let's ask you guys, who do you want to go after? We got my guy Kendricks in the chat. He's saying Jeremiah Love. That's interesting. I seen a mock draft a long time ago, which is the running back. One of the best running backs. And people were comparing him to Saquon or comparing him to Bijan Robinson. They're saying Jeremiah Love. What are your thoughts on a potential guy like this? Like, because Jahmyr Gibbs changed everything. Bijan Robinson maybe took a year or so to kind of change everything, but like they got a really good run game. Do you think the Cardinals should go after a running back in Jeremiah Love?
I don't
What say
know.
you?
I really don't know. This game is interesting. I kind of like his game. I think he could be a Heisman finalist, probably, if I had to guess. He's having one of the best running back seasons of all time in college, right? He has
Yeah,
like
he's got
20 touchdowns,
1,372 yards, 18 touchdowns, averages
two
about
receiving.
six. Yep, I believe so. Averages about 6.9 yards, a carry, 6 foot, 214 out of Notre Dame. Consensus probably one of the best running backs is coming out of this year's draft. This would be interesting if the Cardinals went this direction. If they did that, I mean, that would fix what we talked about a little earlier, right? We like Trey Benson, but could he stay healthy? That's the big question. And you are right. He actually has 3 touchdowns receiving. 3 touchdowns
Yeah,
receiving.
so he's a crazy story too. So he's coming from a lot. So yeah, I don't know. It really depends. I hope the Cardinals at least interview him and see how that goes.
I can't wait for this draft, man. I really can. Like that's one thing I'm really excited about to see kind of how it goes. We got Rob in the chat says, I see Monty trading back if the QBs are gone. There's
It might not
very
be worth.
there's very few offensive linemen. I don't know. I feel like it depends on how the draft has fallen. If like Maui Noga or Faunu's there, I feel like you kind of have to do the responsible thing. I know you shouldn't draft by need. I get that, but like, shoot, man, we are in deep shit with that with the offensive line. So if all quarterbacks are gone and they're sitting there, it's gonna be kind of hard not to pull the trigger. What say you?
I agree. How can you not? Especially if you're getting rid of yours. How can you not?
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah,
very, very interesting. Naeem in the chat says draft Dante Moore. This is coming out a lot more, and it's been maybe within the last like week or so. So some steam has been coming out because I don't think anybody, as many people as I'm actually seeing now, want Dante Moore, and I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it, but will he declare? That's the question.
yeah. I mean, do we think we're going to be competitive in 2026? Is that even like the expectation at this point? Because new offensive coordinator, new quarterback, you probably want to find an offensive coordinator who, if you're going to go quarterback, likes that guy. Like both of those are very monumental to what you're doing. So, do we think Gannon's the guy to develop that quarterback, or find the offensive coordinator to develop that quarterback? Obviously, Jacoby can be pivotal in helping him get him where he needs to go, but I
Yeah,
don't know. We're
good
very
question.
young.
Yeah, that's a good question, man. Do you feel like we're gonna be competitive? I mean, here's the weird thing. Like offensively, I feel like and I'm not gonna say, oh, you just do this and we're all fixed. But like we got so many weapons. Like Trey McBride alone. Like you don't pick Trey McBride's off a tree. Like you have consensus one of the best tight ends in the NFL right now. Now, yes, Marvin Harrison Jr. hasn't blossomed into who we thought he was going to be, but now the resurgence of Michael Wilson. Like one thing that I wanted to see in this next game was how they're going to use these guys. I love that they started to use Marvin Harrison Jr. early, but like Michael Wilson kind of felt like an afterthought. Now the stats don't really he was targeted 7, 8 times. So it's not like they didn't go his way. It's just he only got like 30 something yards and 3 receptions. I wanted to see how they used them. And I'm not mad at it, but this offense is not running at all cylinders go because of that offensive line. I believe I saw something like Jacoby Brissett was like pressured like 45 plus percent of the times of a drop back. Like it's crazy how much times he was pressured back there. So it's nuts, man. So I don't know, man. I don't know. This is going to be interesting to see if we're going to be competitive next year or not. I think we got some good defensive pieces.
Offensive line's been a problem all year.
Yeah.
That's offensive line and play calling have been the epitome of where we're at. I think we can all agree there. It's
Yeah.
tough to watch this line. Like I was saying it when Kyler's quarterback. I was saying it when Jacoby's quarterback. Like now Jacoby's getting killed, especially those first couple games. He was getting rocked. And Jacoby's like what, 34 years old at this point. Like you don't want him to take
Yeah.
shots
Oh yeah.
after shot after shot, and that's like all he's taking, especially from that right side. I think Isaiah Adams graded his best game, if I'm not mistaken, last game. I haven't really watched the tape. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of
Yeah.
just gave up even
Yeah.
turning.
Fair.
So these last like 2 weeks, especially, I've been so out of who's played what are we doing, what does it
I,
look like in the afters.
I don't blame you.
I'm
I don't
ready
blame you
for
one
the
bit.
season at this point. None of it really matters to me.
There's two comments I want to get to. One from Mark and one from Jace. I'll get to you, Jace. Great question, or not question, but great comment. I'll get to you right now. But Mark in the chat is saying, who's the last team that drafted a running back in the top 10 that actually helped change the team? That would be an awful
Bijan?
pick to take Love. Genty came out. That team is not looking good. Bijan Robinson, when he was drafted, the Atlanta wasn't that
Right.
great. Saquon with the Giants probably wasn't that great in his rookie year. Jahmyr Gibbs, but he was
Gibbs
in
was
top
top
10.
10, right?
No, wasn't he like 11 or 12?
I think it was. That's a great question. Where was he taken? Like 14? It was like is either 11. It was 11 through 14. I can guarantee that. I just don't know the specifics.
He was the one that they traded back because when we traded up to get Paris Johnson, that is when they got Jahmyr Gibbs. Let me just double check myself though. So he was chosen the 12th. So yeah,
Yeah,
when we traded with the Lions to go to the 6th overall pick to get Paris Johnson, they moved back to the 12th pick and they got Jahmyr Gibbs. Now he's not top 10, so you're right there. He was outside the top 10 and he's changed the offense, but he was also splitting in the beginning with Montgomery. So for what it's worth, two-headed duo, and now he's seems to be the number one guy there.
yeah. I mean, Bijan's probably the last guy in the top 10 who's really made a tremendous impact. That's my favorite running back in the NFL.
Who?
Bijan is
Oh
definitely
yeah, Robinson.
he's my favorite running back in the league. Stats aside, whatever you want to say, who's better between him, Gibbs, Saquon, all these running backs in the league? He's my favorite. He's so fun to watch.
Saquon is disappointed. I got drafted in my league. He's disappointed me, man. And I just think it's the Eagles in general. They're just not a good offense.
Nope. They are absolutely terrible.
Jason,
They're going to get
sorry, go ahead.
bounced. They're going to get bounced.
Yeah. If they don't fix it, if they don't fix whatever the heck's going on, it's a lot of mess right now.
They don't have
Jason in the chat saying OC. So Oregon's OC. This is what you might be saying. OC took the UK job. Might be why Moore declares. Does he want to go back with the new OC and a bunch of his O-line leaving for the NFL draft, especially when he can go top 5? This is exactly what you were saying a little earlier. I didn't know this. This
I didn't
is
know he took the job. Is that what he said? He took it? Like it's finalized? I know they were in talks as of a couple hours ago.
He says that he took the UK job. He says he took it. I don't know. We might need to confirm this, but if he does, like you said, why not, man? There's no guarantee you're going to be really good next year. Drew Aller, but
Yeah,
there's no guarantee.
it would be very dumb for him not to declare. I think he will. This is his best chance to be a top 10 pick.
You might need to get on this train, brother. I know you weren't. You might need to get on. If he does, if he becomes a Cardinal, I know. I already see it in your eyes. But if he does, if he can develop, he says yes. They finalized with Kentucky. Jace just said.
Okay, I did not know it was finalized.
I didn't know that either.
I don't remember who it was. There's some dude on Twitter, some older white fella. He was talking about Will Stein was like the target, and that's what I saw. So it's interesting now it's finalized because knowing that kind of is big on the declare about Dante Moore. I think all signs are pointing to him going. And if he doesn't, that's just bad on him, in my opinion. I feel like it's just irresponsible from a career standpoint. Unless you just want to go back to college for whatever reason.
Dude,
like you said, the offensive line and OC gone. Do you want to go through change and potentially tank your draft stock and you have 24 touchdowns, 6 picks in a
He,
semi-weak quarterback class?
you are right. I'm seeing it here. So Kentucky hires Oregon offensive coordinator Will Stein to replace Mark Stoops. So yeah, you are right. I think you just doubted yourself a little bit, but you were right because you said it earlier that you kind of doubted yourself. But yeah, now that I'm watching him actually doing a little research, he did. So he's not going back to Oregon. So yeah, more of a reason for Dante Moore, man. More of a
Yeah.
reason.
I I don't know if I don't know if I'm going to pivot my stance,
That's
but
fair.
I might have to just face reality at this point. Like, just buy into it. Because we were spending a lot of time at Oregon. So, like, that is a known thing. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. Dante Morrison, I could see falling to like 8.
I'm gonna float this around. I know you can't see it, but I have this. I have that tweet from Donnie Durham going over our faces right now, just going circles and circles. Cardinals have been in Oregon almost more than any other school this season, scout wise. They're certainly looking at Dante Moore as an option. Honestly, anything's on the table. Anything's on Monty. Keep doing your thing, brother. Keep doing your thing. As long as we're scouting QBs, I'm game. I get offensive line is a thing we need to get, but guess what? Caleb Williams struggled in his rookie year. What did the Chicago Bears do the next year? They traded for some guys, they drafted some guys. They made that offensive line so much better. Now they're not perfect, but they did that. Cardinals can do the same thing. You draft a guy in the second, third, fourth. You can trade for somebody the next year. And it's not just think 2026. We got 2027 as well. Like I think we'll be good. So, all right, let's close up shop. Appreciate you, Mythic, for joining. Let everybody else know how they can find you. Just FYI, his channel will be linked in the description below. Great conversation. But let everybody know where they can find you again.
You got it. Appreciate you for having me on once again. It's always a pleasure. YouTube, Mythic AZ. You have Instagram, it's Mythic AZ, Twitter or X. You have I'm Mythic AZ, same as TikTok, I'm Mythic AZ as well. And then Bleacher Report, Mythic AZY tier. Just go to the Cardinal section. You got content off. Appreciate you once again for having me.
Of course, man. Thank you so very much. Everybody, make sure you check him out. He's on the road to 10K. I'm on the road to 19K. So if you just watched and you're just like, hey, who the heck are these two guys? Subscribe to both of us, man. Appreciate you guys. All right, smack the like button on your way out, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be closing up shop right here. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. You're all amazing. All right, closing up shop right here. Have a great rest of your day, and as always, go Cardinals. Dante Moore's a Cardinal. Just kidding. Whatever.